Good morning, guys. I am so happy to be taking you along for the day with me to show you what a typical day looks like. I start out first by going through patients, looking at everything they're on, what's changed overnight, is there anything that's wrong, anything I can recommend. We go through that and we'll meet and have rounds earlier or later on in the morning. I always use my drug resources to check to make sure dosing is correct, that it doesn't need to be adjusted, and that is a great way to be able to make recommendations there. I also took one of my friends on call days this day, so here you'll see how we can dose alteplase, which is used to break up blood clots that's causing strokes. So we have our handy dandy notes there, but also doing the math ourselves. Then just a little pocket guide for just to have to use if someone comes in on any kind of blood thinner, and our N95 masks, especially for COVID patients, if we respond to those. So I always have those things on me and with me. I also have my eye goggles, my phone, and my pager on as well. So this is how I get ready for a day when I am on code call. And code call consists of strokes, but also code blues, neuro alerts, anything like that. I'm going through just looking at things that I could do a project on, and all of this is kind of what consumes the most of the morning. Now I am just stopping for a quick lunch break, doing tuna and then these crackers that are so yummy. So that is about where we're at now, and you'll see the rest of the day. So we just finished a meeting and now headed to a topic discussion on heart failure. So let's go learn. Okay, so we just had a really great topic discussion on heart failure, and now I am just wrapping up things, getting ready to leave, taking home a rubric with some SOAP note information that I have to check over for the student that's with us this month. So I'm on my cardiology rotation this month, and I have really just thoroughly enjoyed it, and so I am looking back over, we have some things due tomorrow, talking about our antiarrhythmics, or things that are helped if you have like some kind of wonky heart rhythm like AFib or atrial flutter you might have heard of. And so these are just my preceptor. The topic discussion that she did with us earlier in the month was so helpful. So I have this information with me to take home, but you can see, talking about the heart, the conduction pathway, and then going on into, I think this is like really cool lined up here where you can see, so this is like what we call like repolarization, or the depolarization, repolarization, action potential. So this is what allows like messages to be sent. And then here we have, I like this picture because this is like what would happen like based off of your potassium and your calcium and your levels there. Like this is what happens with it, and then you probably recognize the EKG, but this is how it correlates to this. So I think that's super cool. But I am just finishing up everything. I've already checked through all of my emails for today, and then I am going to the grocery store as soon as I leave. So I am just have a list that I can like fill out my groceries, what I need to get. But that about wraps it up today. It was super busy. So we start out, get here, we work up our patients and everything, and I showed a little bit of the list earlier. I can't show everything because there's patient information on it, but just being able to see some of the things. So you can see like these are different columns here. Like we have like the list that I print has different columns based off of like their, of course, room number, name, whoever their attending provider is, which is who we would talk to if we had any questions about anything or needed to make any recommendations on like drug therapy. Maybe it needs to be adjusted because their kidneys just aren't working well enough, or it's just not the right therapy for them. There could be something better. So that we look through all of that, and then we do like rounds with myself, the pharmacy student that's with us, and then my preceptor. We do those at 9:30, and then we go back to the offices, make any recommendations we need to make. if patients are discharged, we try to go talk with them about their medications they're being started on at home, see if they have any questions we can answer. Then we'll like have lunchtime, and then usually we will have some type of topic discussion in the afternoon, either led by my preceptor with a student or myself. So today switched up a little bit. It was supposed to be our antiarrhythmics, but it was heart failure instead, and we're going to do our antiarrhythmics tomorrow. So, but we usually have something like that, and I think it's so helpful. But so just finishing up some things here, make my list, and then it will be time for us to go. I know you women may be able to relate, but taking this darn mask off is like the equivalent of like taking your bra off. It's the best feeling. Being able to take my badge off too. But I tell you, so I had to redo my hepatitis B vaccine series because my titers showed that I didn't have immunity, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And like giving vaccines to people, that would be where my like exposure risk will be, that and like when I'm responding to codes and stuff like that. So I finished my series and I had to get my blood titer drawn last week, and literally people are looking at me like I'm crazy because look how freaking bruised my arm is. I don't even think this does it justice. Let's see. Is that better? Now you can kind of see it. Kinda. Anyway, it's terrible. I have to show you at home when it's like better lighting, but it is the worst and people are looking at me like anyway, so now we're gonna go to Aldi and to Food Lion to get the groceries that we need. At Food Lion, the only thing I really need are like gluten-free pie crusts because they don't have those at Aldi. And then we'll be heading home. I want to try to get this baking done. I want to try to work out, and I also want to finish some laundry and then finish these questions. So really busy day. Not all days are super busy like this, but today is really busy, and I would say this is about 75% of my day. So it's a pretty accurate day in their life. But let's go get some groceries though and a snack because I'm starving. There are so many people at Aldi, and I'm like, do I even want to break this? But then I'm like, yeah, because you need food. Okay, so we got our groceries. You can see our veggies and stuff there. That's all of our cold stuff. And then the other is just our baking and everything like that. Can I just say, that was a freaking madhouse. Like, oh my gosh. So, thankfully I got almost everything. Now I just have to go get the other few things from Food Lion and then get some dog food from Milo. But oh my god. Alright, got a few more things from Food Lion. They did not have any pie shells at all, not even gluten, let alone gluten-free pie shells. So I am heading home, and I'm gonna have to probably go by Walmart, which I really don't want to do, but I need to get dog food and that, and I don't want to stop at two different places. So we're gonna do that. But you're wondering what my snack is gonna be. So I get these little turkey snack sticks from Aldi, and they're really good. And then I have these crackers. They're cheddar crackers. Oh no, they have like a strange taste, but it like kind of is good after you like eat it for a while, if that makes sense. And then Dr. Pepper Zero to go. So let's head home and get this and then try to get everything else done. Home to let the sweet guy out. Just look, I just love it so much. Hi. So cute. All right, so this is our situation there, and then I have more up here. So I need to clean out the fridge and then get to putting this up. Okay, so Raymond has a meeting tonight, so I'm multitasking a little bit. I am doing, I don't know if you've ever been to a Waffle House, And they have this cheesesteak bowl where it's like the thinly sliced steak with hash browns, onions, and cheese. But I'm going to do that because it's quick and easy and it'll be ready by the time he has to go to his meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and put the hash browns in the air fryer and then go back outside with Milo. He's outside in the backyard right now. And then when I come back in, I'll do the steak and onions and then show you what I got from the store and put up the groceries. So I've already cleaned out the fridge and have taken the trash out because every time. But I'm gonna show you just putting these hash browns that I got from Aldi. Just gonna put those in the air fryer and get those started.
He's always waiting right at the gate. Cracks me up. Hi, Bubby.
Cannot get over how much I love this. Like, it's so simple, but I absolutely love it. And I cannot wait for that to be finished. All right, so this is the steak I was talking about. I'm just gonna cook that. But first, I am chopping up an onion, and then we'll cook this in the pan first, and then add our steak in. I will say it's so easy for me to be hard on myself, especially about what I cook for dinner. But then I have to realize sometimes it's not going to be necessarily or like quote unquote the healthiest. But the fact that I'm cooking it at home and I know what I'm putting in it makes me feel better than if I were to go eat out. So this is one of those nights. This is not your healthiest meal. It's not the most, I don't know, healthiest thing in terms of ingredients, calories, carbs, all of that, but at least I'm cooking it and I'm cooking it at home and I know exactly what I'm putting in it and how much I'm putting in it, and I just enjoy it. And I think after a long day, that's okay. So that's what we're having for dinner. All right, just added some olive oil to the pan, and then we will add the onions and steak. Like, I just cannot. I start to move, and this is what he does. I really don't know how this is comfortable, but. So this was a pretty big grocery haul getting ready for Friendsgiving and just for the week ahead. I got eggs because I will be making egg salad sandwiches, baking as well, cream cheese for some frosting I need to make, cheese, and you will also see the macaroni and cheese because I got asked to make a macaroni pie. I also got some of this sparkling grape juice. Raymond and I every now and then love to just grab this and we drink it from our wine glasses and pretend we're just having the fanciest dinner, even if it's like just mac and cheese or something. Of course, I can't have this, but Aldi has really good gluten-free mac and cheese as well if you are gluten-free. I also got some tuna, which is just a quick and easy lunch for me if I'm not able to make anything and I don't want to buy food or get something from the cafeteria at work. These crackers were new for me. I've had the cheese flavor, but never the everything flavor. And they were actually really, really good, especially with that tuna. Next, we got our meats for the week. I grabbed some fresh ground turkey and I'll make turkey burgers over a bed of lettuce. I'll make those. We almost always have bacon because for breakfast at night or just if we decide to make breakfast that morning. Chicken for just some meal prep, apples because I'll be making apple pie, as well as these ingredients are for my pecan pies, some corn syrup, and then pecans themselves, of course. And then I bought this evaporated milk because at first I was going to make the macaroni and cheese pie in the crock pot, and I always put this in there if I'm doing that way, but I ended up not using them because I just baked it. I got some sweet potatoes for sweet potato pies I needed to make, more onions, I always need onions, and some of those cucumbers to snack on. I also made fresh cranberry sauce like you'll see in my past video. I made that for our family's Thanksgiving. I always have some bananas for a snack for protein shakes, some mushrooms that I'm going to put over the turkey burgers, some more fresh fruit with these little tiny oranges they can snack on. I got regular and then gluten-free pie crust as well. The gluten-free from my family things, the other pie crust because someone had ordered some pies from me. I would love to make them homemade, but I have not perfected a pie crust recipe, so I will wait on that. I also got some spring mix for our bed of lettuce, but also if I wanted to make that tuna salad on this. And then I got this General Soy sauce and was so excited to try it, and turned it around and saw that it had like regular soy sauce, so it had wheat in it, and I was so bummed about it because I love General So's chicken. I also got some bread and these pans for our egg salad sandwiches and then for our macaroni pie. And that sums up all that I got, and then you will also see what I showed with the others, like the dinner for tonight where I got that beef and the hash browns as well. So now just washing up the produce that I can go ahead and wash up. The rest I will wait until closer to time that I will need them. But just going ahead and getting everything that I can put away so that I can start making my pies. I know parts of this may seem all over the place, but this truly is how I'm able to get everything done when I have a large to-do list like this. So I'm bouncing back and forth between getting cake batter ready because I'm making cake pops for work, and then pies as well for work, and then for my husband to take for his Thanksgiving dinner at work, and then getting the water ready for the eggs as well as for the macaroni pies. So you'll see kind of all of that all at the same time. So I have the eggs going to make our egg salad sandwiches, the water going to make the macaroni for the macaroni pie, and then I have in the cakes to make cake pops with. So next I'm going to start on my pecan pie. So this apple pie was for my husband's work Thanksgiving dinner, and I will say I made this one totally different than I normally do. I also wonder, do you like your skins on in your pie or off? I never thought about that, and I had someone order it, and then I wondered that if they liked it without or with it on. So interesting. Also, you see me adding pumpkin pie spice, but honestly, the spices that are used for apple pie are similar to pumpkin pie, so I just used it to simplify having to grab multiple different spices. But I changed it up the next time I made this pie, and I actually melted the butter first and then did the sugar, brown sugar, regular sugar, all of that in before adding the apples, so that it was already kind of like a creamy or at least gooey mixture, not dry quite like that. And I think it turned out better, and that was how I made the pie for my customer. But just wondering how you make yours, because I am always open to new apple pie recipes. The one I made for our sweet customer was actually a cinnamon roll apple pie. So the crust was cinnamon rolls, not your regular pie crust, and it smelled delicious. So you'll see I grabbed 2 pie crusts, and the one I am using as an actual, like the crust. The other I'm using for the lattice topping, which is crust as well, but you know what I mean. So I'm using that other pie crust. I'm going to roll it out and then cut it up, and you will see me doing the lattice work for it. I was struggling during some of it, which you'll see, which I'm not sure why I was struggling so hard, but I still think it came out really, really great. I didn't do the egg wash on the top, which I wish I had. So just your reminder, if you're making apple pie, do the egg wash, do the turbinado or whatever kind of sugar that you want, and just add that little extra pizzazz on top. I still think it came out great, but just some tips from me to you. That wraps up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it so much, and it shed a little bit more light about something else you can do in pharmacy, that it's not just retail, which is super important, just like every area of pharmacy is, but a little bit different side of it, and what it means to still be a licensed pharmacist but in training, kind of like how I am right now. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gives you ideas for some fun recipes and just some motivation on getting all the things you need to get done. So here's to productive days, and I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your families and are just able to keep that gratitude and grateful attitude all year long. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you who watch these videos. So we will see you next time.